What's up guys, it's Drac, and we've got another one of those new blasters. This is the 2019 Bulldog, and it's not my favorite Bulldog. My favorite Bulldog is... That said, it's not my least favorite Bulldog either. That is, of course, the worst team in Georgia. Alright, so with those disclosures out of the way, this comes in right in the middle at number 2. So, this is a Nerf Blaster Bulldog, of course, which is why it's on the channel, and it's a 3-shot Smart AR Mega Blaster. Now, we've had things that do this before, like this is not a unique concept, the 3-shot Smart AR Mega Blaster, but this one transforms, and like normally the transforming gimmick is either really good or really bad. So you've got things like the Secret Strike from the Rebel line, that was a pretty good one, and then you have the actual deploy, the deployable deploy, and that is not so good. In fact, a lot of people consider that to be one of the worst blasters of all time. It suffers from reverse plunger technology, which is a little unfair to the deployable deploy, but it wasn't that bad back in the day. It was decent integration fodder. However, this one's got some kind of cool deployable features and just an overall compact form factor. So I picked mine up for 20 United States dollars on Amazon. If you'd like to pick one up of your very own, affiliate link in the description box. But at 20 United States dollars, this fits that funky pseudo primary, possibly shield breaker roll well. On the back here, it just says change modes fast as you blast darts designed for accuracy and power, which we'll get to in a second. So, unboxing montage, go! So it's time for an acknowledgement. I've been very vocal in the past about how upsetting it is that Nerf overprices their ammunition and then under-delivers in terms of quantity, when every single competitor is giving you not only enough darts to fully kit out your blaster, but also to reload it sometimes 2-3 times. Hasbro has been pretty stingy with the ammunition. Now I get that they gotta sell reload kits, but it's really sad a lot of the times when kids get blasters, they have enough to maybe load it once, but not enough to kit out the onboard ammo storage, and that used to never be the case back in the day. And so it's nice that the Bulldog has enough to load itself completely and take advantage of its onboard, like, saddle style dart holder on the side. Like, props, respect Hasbro. Maybe they're listening, maybe. They just wanted to do right by the customer, but at 20 United States dollars, this thing should come with more than 3 darts, especially when your reload kit is going to be also overpriced because the Mega Darts cost even more than Elite Darts. If you want to hear more about dart economics, I have a whole video explaining what you should buy and how you should buy it here in the card. But let's talk about the Bulldog. So, it's got one big trick, and that is this button here, right where you would want to have your trigger discipline. You push this down and pull this out, and it deploys. So it goes from like right here where it's sort of a pistol, very much like a pullback Nightfinder style-esque pistol setup, to an SMG almost. Now I know that there's nothing SMG-esque about this, because trust me, keyboard warriors are like, it's not an SMG, it's semi-automatic. Guys, like, it looks like the Halo 3 SMG in this configuration. It's a tiny compact blaster with multiple onboard shots. They're Nerf blasters, give me some slack. Anyway, in this configuration, you got a decent foregrip and you've got a stock here. Now, how much pressure can you apply to this stock before it collapses? Well, more than the prototype I tested at Zach King Studio. That's me crunching up on it pretty good, and it's sturdy. Now, as soon as you push that button down, it compacts back down. You got a little pop-up, almost Mosin style iron sight, and again, it's not an iron sight, it's made of plastic, it's a plastic sight. Yeah, I know, it's a plastic ladder sight. What have you. Anyway, it pops up, it's pretty cool. A lot of the Mega Blasters have been doing this. I want to say that there's been a recent... No, it's the AccuStrike blasters that have been doing this, not the Mega Blasters with the cool pop-up spring retention sights. I've actually thought that's cool. I love how when they sit down, they're pretty flush with the shell line. Speaking of the shell lines, on one side, great looking blaster. Red, white, gray, black, deco, full-sized AccuStrike series, Bulldog, Nerf Mega. I love it. It looks great. On this side, completely naked. Lots of warning labels, no paint. We could do a little bit better than no paint on one side and paint on the other. again, like, and it's almost deceitful the way that it's in the box, labeled a camera, paint out, looks good, hot blaster, and on the other side we've been robbed all for about 12 cents in manufacturing costs. But let's go ahead and prime and fire, prime and fire. I guess the only thing that I wish is you didn't have to move your hands to prime, but overall, a very handsome blaster, especially from its good side, but not hitting as hard as other Mega Blasters. So Mega Blasters, like, I'll forever compare them to things like the Centurion, which did hit very hard, and the Thunderbow. Hilariously, the Thunderbow, I think, was the 5-shot Smart AR bow, and that hit like a freight train. That was an awesome blaster, but has some modification potential. It is a very comfortable blaster. The handle is pretty comfortable. All of the controls, I guess, are easily within reach. It's not necessarily symmetrical, but it has a great profile and good utility on the side here. I like this blaster a lot. At $20, I think that it's a very fair shield breaker, pseudo primary sort of offering from Hasbro, and while it's not necessarily unique in what it does, it's doing something desirable with unique features tacked on. So let's take it outside, do a chronograph reading, talk about its actual mod potential and how I'm going to mod it up, and we'll get you those numbers in a final kind of collation of our thoughts. Alright guys, so we went ahead and brought out the Bulldog so that we can put 3 darts over the chronograph, and then we'll put 3 darts downrange, but I wanted to get you those numbers, and then we'll kind of talk about our overall thoughts on it. So let's make sure we absolutely line this up right. 59, and it fired 2 darts. Excellent. Smart ARs are super duper cool, guys, but consistent is not the name of the game. 62. All right, so we'll fire one more. As long as we only have one loaded at a time, it can't double fire them, right? And 65. So shooting mid-60s with megas is no joke. That means that this should get plenty of power. Let's go ahead and fire these last 2. Maybe we'll be able to actually stagger them. That would be nice. Downrange, just kind of see how far they go. So we'll ballpark this for you. Slight angle, and we can shoulder it, right, guys? About 30. Well, consistently 30 to 35 foot ranges with a slight angle and no tailwind. So not your sniper that the old Mega Blasters used to be, unfortunately, but what are you gonna do? It's a tiny blaster. The plunger tube has to be pretty small. I don't think it's a telescoping plunger either, but if you're curious about that, 2 things going down. One, we will be dissecting this live on Twitch and making a mod guide for the channel. What I really want to do is I want to give it an ultra slick paint job. I want to like correct some of the error on this side just aesthetically. And then I think that what we're going to do is we're going to turn it into a top mega. And then since you can do pretty much whatever you want with the bottom barrel of a Smart AR, we're going to show you guys some of that old school modding tech, and we're going to single the bottom barrel for elites, and that should actually perform pretty well. It'll be sort of like the old dual strike, except instead of having a lever top to bottom, you'll just have to keep track of like where your Smart AR is at. So I think that it's a really cool blaster. I'm trying to think now if maybe I've misspoken. No, I think the bottom one is the one that can be always open, so we should be good in that regard. But this is the Mega Bulldog. I keep trying to call it the tri-brake, but we'll be starting that modification guide tonight. So this video is going live on Friday, January 11th, I think, and we'll be doing that tonight, starting at about 9:30 Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/VampireDrac. Come and join my little undead army, and we'll crack this thing open live for you. But thank you guys so much for watching my review of the Mega Bulldog. At 20 bucks, I think that this is a cool blaster. It's definitely nifty, and I actually like the idea of something this tight, this compact, springing out into an SMG of sorts. But overall, a cool blaster. Definitely a strong pickup once it's on sale. But if you'd like to have one right now, I think that the price is right over at Amazon.com. So all those links will be in the description box below. Link to my Twitch, come hang out. Link to this on Amazon, supports the channel. As always, much love. Nerf on, Drac out.